Good morning. We are going to discuss today what is blueprint and question pattern, feedback device, meaning, types, criteria, assessment of portfolios, reflective journal, field engagement using rubrics, competency based evaluation. Then, meaning of blueprint. The term blueprint is derived from the domain of architecture, which means detailed plan of action. Blueprint in teaching is essential part of education system. It provides students an interactive approach for education planning to meet the curriculum expectation learning objective. Blueprint is a three-dimensional chart indicating the distribution of questions. Blueprint is a map and a specification for an assessment program which ensure that all aspects of the curriculum and educational domain are covered by assessment programs over a specified period of time. Then what is blueprint? Blueprint is just a design, plan, or draft of something important. Blueprint is also called a measuring unit, which includes planning, preparation, selection, executing, and evaluation. A test is a measuring device of physical and mental characteristics. Blueprint is an important design, plan, or draft. Blueprint is also known as unit of measurement that includes selection, execution, and evaluation in planning, preparation, selection. Then uses of blueprint in education. For the assessment of test specification that is in examination. The next one, evaluating time management and strategy to achieve the desired outcome. Then third one, education administrator for curriculum development. Last one, curriculum developers to design comprehensive sequenced career development learning opportunities. Then features of blueprint. It is a matrix or chart reporting the number and types of test questions. Next one, the questions represent the topic in the content area. Third one, the questions are based on the learning objective from each topic. Last one, it also identify the percentage weighting of cognitive dimension. Then steps to preparation of blueprint or guideline for preparation of blueprint. Blueprint of examination is produced as three separate tables. First one, determination of learning objective or weightage to different instructional objective. Second, determining weightage to the different contents. Third one, determining the types of questions. Then weightage to objective. When teaching a subject, each unit will have different objective. When skills are important into one unit, the next will be knowledge or understanding as well as application. We create questions based on each lessons. Then weightage to content. Each unit will have multiple subtopic giving higher marks to those who are exposed to it. Here we are preparing a question paper of 50 marks. Therefore, after all the topics, the child should get a total of 50. Here I got 10 marks for topic 1, 11 marks for topic 2, 90 marks for topic 3, 10 marks for topic 4, and got a total of 50. Then the percentage is always calculated in 100. Then weightage to form of questions. When teaching a content, look at what kind of question is most popular and give marks accordingly by looking at how many questions there should be, how many objective type questions, how many short answer questions, how many essay questions should be asked. Then blueprint. Blueprint is a three-dimensional chart indicating the distribution of questions objective-wise, content-wise, and form of question-wise. If so, it is called three-dimension chart. Here the marks is given on the outside of the bracket and the number of questions on the inside of the bracket. Then feedback device. Feedback is a providing effective information on someone's performance. In brief, it is to tell someone how they are doing in the process of achieving certain goals. Feedback basically is an individual's response to other performance. Remember, we always give our feedback, our comments on other performance in some or the other manner. Then criteria for feedback device. First one, timely. It needs to be given while there is still time for the learner to act on it and to monitor and adjust their learning. Then supportive. Supportive feedback allows you to give group opinion in a clear and precise manner. Then informative. The informative feedback provides more specific information which could be used to correct or error. Then specific. Specific feedback must be concrete and related to a specific measurable performance goal. Then understandable. The understandable feedback showed that the questions were understandable and the participants were able to provide the required answer. Then relevant. The idea of relevance feedback is to involve the user in the retrieval process so as to improve the final result set. Then accurate. Accuracy feedback indicates the correctness or incorrectness of a performance. Then types of feedback. First one, informal feedback. Therefore, informal feedback requires the building of rapport with students to effectively encourage, coach or guide them in daily management and decision making for learning. Then formative feedback. Formal feedback is planned and systematically scheduled into the process. Then formative feedback. It helps students to improve and prevent them from making the same mistakes again. Then summative feedback. Therefore, summative feedback consists of detailed comments that are related to specific aspect of their work. Then students' peer feedback. Peer feedback occurs when students offer each other advice and suggestions in relation to each other works. Then student self-feedback. Self-feedback must be taught explicitly to ensure students have the skill to apply this to their own work. Then constructive feedback. This type of feedback is specific issue focused and based on observations. There are 4 types of constructive feedback: negative feedback and positive feedback, negative feed forward and positive feed forward. Then assessment of portfolios. It is a systematic purposeful collection of students' work created in response to specific objectives and evaluated in relation to some criteria. Portfolio assessment is one of a several authentic and non-traditional assessment techniques in education. The use of portfolio assessment became popular in early to late 1980s in response to the growing clamor for a more responsible and authentic means of assessing students' growth and development in school. For instance, maybe in accreditation of experience towards a degree. Then importance of portfolio assessment. First one, promote positive students involvement. Then students progress can be measured. Third one, teacher can individualize for the students. Fourth one, it familiarize an evaluation format to the student. And last point, provides opportunities to involve parents in learning. Then guidelines for developing portfolio assessment. Decide on the purpose of the portfolio. Next one, decide what type of item placed in the portfolio. Next one, decide who will select the item to include in the portfolio, like teacher, student or both. Next one, establish procedure for evaluating and scoring portfolio. Then last one, promote students' involvement. Then reflective journal. A simple reflective journal is a tool that allows students to reflect and write about progress in their learning. A reflective journal is like a review from reflective journal. Students can identify and reflect on success and challenge. Teachers gain information on what the students think and feel in a non-threatening way. Then process of reflective journal. Students reflect their journal during a unit, topic or project. As a quick and simple tool for student self-assessment at the end of a class. Next, it is a simple process. It promotes students' higher order thinking and enable them to achieve. Then third process, it helps students for self-assessment and for the setting the goals. And fourth process, it engages many of the students in their learning and gives them a sense of ownership and control. Next process, it promotes literacy, especially if it is used in the learning areas such as mathematics, arts, science, and interpersonal development. Last process, the teacher can make a small reflective journal by cutting in half of the small sized notebooks. Then field engagement. Field engagement in education refers to the degree of attention, curiosity, interest, and passion that learners show why they are learning or being taught, which extends to the level of motivation they have to learn and progress in their education. Then rubrics. It is a scoring guide used to evaluate the performance of the students. Evaluation is done on the basis of scale of rubrics used for assessing assignments, projects, presentation skills, performance, and knowledge of subject matter. The use of making rubrics as a scoring guide to measure the works of students is widely accepted by education literature. The rubrics list the criteria for an examination and the various marks of success standards for those criteria. Then importance of rubrics. It provides descriptive feedback to students. The next one, it allows accurate, unbiased and consistent scoring. Then third one, help the students to understand the learning target and their level of performance. Then last one, it helps the teacher to teach and assess the students. Then competency based evaluation. In competency based evaluation statement of competencies are given greater significance. All activities pertaining to evaluation are guided them by them. The criterion for judging the appropriateness of a test item under competency based evaluation is whether or not it successfully provides a means to evaluate the given competency. Then features of competency based evaluation. It is helpful in determining which of the specific competencies particular child has attained. Second one, listing the competencies which were not attained by pupils. Third one, classifying children in terms of masters, partial masters and non-masters with regard to the stated competencies. Then fourth one, evaluating all aspects of competency through a reasonably large number of items and test questions. Then last one, eliminating chance occurs which are likely to influence. Then questions. Then questions on the basis of these topics. What is blueprint? Step 2, preparation of blueprint. Then second one, explain the feedback device and types. The next question, what is meant by assessment of portfolios? Then fourth one, explain briefly competency based evaluation. Then last question, write short notes on field engagement using rubrics. Thank you.